Crazy kids. Will and I just got up. 11 o'clock. I got goosebumps. Wind's blowing. But it's like 100 and something degrees in the valley. I'm like, I could go back to sleep right now. Yeah. Nice cool breeze. I go back to sleep. It's crazy. The wind blowing out here giving me goosebumps. Scalarized weather, kids. It's crazy. It's noontime. And it's cold up here. Straight. Whatever that is, haze or whatever. And super thin smoke blocking out the sun. I'm gonna grab the choker. Or I can use it with the pallet. Case is still stuck. Grabbing the winch and stuff so I can get the plate still. Still got the plate and all that, but I haven't mounted the guide on there yet. Take it down and get some angle iron, make sure everything is right. Chairs today. Maybe cutting down some stuff and everything. Set up our wood processing spot. Moving a big trailer with a small trailer. Small trailer over on the side by the bathhouse. Cut some trees down and angle some things. Cut this stuff down. Cargo container's gonna go there. That over there. Blah blah blah. Crazy, the sun's right there. You can't see the sun, dude. Snuggy as shit. Grab the chainsaws and such, cut this stuff up. There's the things on here. Some pallets up to the choker. Let's see what we gotta do, moving the stuff around. We gotta put it on the other trailer. Rig it up or whatnot. Super smoke today. Get these guys moved over and hook the choker to them. Start washing this way. Go like that up there. Come back a couple times.
Get a name out of her, but she would not give me her name. She's a woman. And my first description, my first course examination of the time and terminology I used with her. Now that she wouldn't give me her name, I decided to call her Beautiful Lady. And I could see the lips smile a little. we're in a spirit world, we're in a physical world. It's two different dimensions. She said, well, if I told you my name, it would bring shame upon me. I said, why? He said, well, she said, I was the most powerful voodoo priestess in Africa while I was living. And she threw that curve at me. I said, well, what happened? She said, well, I was almost ashamed to tell you. But she said, the chief of the tribe brought me making love to his daughter. And the elders had a meeting, and they threw me to the lions. And she said, the lions ate my legs off. She said, that's when I bled to death and I died.
Those toe chains on there for weight. You didn't try to use weed or otherwise. Scissors.
With her, I became compassionate. I said, beautiful lady, I said, there is nothing wrong with you now. They just destroyed your physical body. I said, you can walk. You don't have to float. You don't have to take and possess other bodies to get around.
Bring this stuff up early to the other trailer. See how this goes.
What I said, every person who is a handicap, who is blind, has no arms, no legs, when the physical body dies and they become spirit beings, they're one.
Ghetto grading system. Do what you can do. Man, it's smoky. People down in the valley, I feel bad for you. It's hot. Man, I can't breathe.
With her because proof of what my statement is this, that when any handicapped person dreams, they walk, they drive, they get around, they do everything else and dream. They dream, the word dream is a misnomer. It's just like I call it a red herring. But the dream is the reality. You don't get them there, or the astral world. And when something is wrong with a physical body, once that body is dead, you're completely whole. You're a perfect human being. There's no dimension, nothing wrong with you.
following straight behind me. I have to turn around and grab it, hook it on, and drive the circuit. Walk through and grab the trees and stuff out the way real quick. Grab a wallet and get in a lot of fun. Bong and another chainsaw. Well, I could get it. If you notice, depending on how you hold it here or into here and whip it and focus right here, you'll go through them. These branches out the way so you can drive through here. That wasp nest over there. Still though, I see him go down in there right now. Figure out how to do something about them guys. Get my bug hat again. Grade all this stuff out and cut the base of that tree where it's level with the ground. Same with the other one. Probably dropped her knife and cut herself. She's running like a woo. That I always gotta give up some blood whenever I'm working here. And then takes the salt and the mineral. Yeah. And give back.
Oh, the burns. Yeah, it's gonna heal. Look, it already looks like it's sealing up.
See? Let me see how do one it does. There's still screwed up, but we're working. Getting it done, kids. Alright, get her a couple of bong hits and smacking her ass and let's keep working. You still got a hand, baby. No, I'm just joking. Alright, cut these guys down with the tree. Get those branches out the way. The ones right there that are in that pile, I'm gonna get that pile and that pile moved out and I can just drive through. Getting there. Like a lawnmower bag. A lawnmower bag. Yeah, file.
The first one's having you stop, baby.
Chainsaw come off. File it real quick. Got more stuff cleared out. Start layering it. 444. Our first pass gone through. Come to this red Suburban back. Take this down. Make sure it's alright for the truck bringing the cargo container up to be able to go through. I'm gonna have to come at this with the car, get them dudes some wasps or bees, where the hell some shit says, away from there so I can get close to that and cut that stump at the ground level. That motherfucker's vicious. I ain't getting stung again. I don't like getting stung. I'm allergic. Do a couple of swipes. They're at the base of that tree right on this side. I had to put a jacket on, a mosquito net, some gloves, and get to it. Base of that nest, big ass nest, and get at that. Yeah. Got by where that bee's tree is. Open up on that. Go get the mosquito hat. Take that out. Get to the side of that tree now. Oh yeah. Now I can get to the side of that tree. They all flying around like shit right now too. Yeah. That's gonna be interesting. A wasp nest. So, and that's it right there in the front. Right there. There's a 20-inch bar on here. Cut on T sides so I can get the stuff out the way real quick. Inshallah. Let's go get that jacket. Oh, weather. It's crazy caterpillars, dude. Eating up everything. Making fire danger. Lightning. Potentials. Grandpa Metcalf had me do the yard. Well, I don't mind doing it and got Marie into it when we were at the house. Let me do it now. Better by hand. Cut it down. Get it pointed. Acquainted with the land. I'm gonna wait till after we get all this cut down, then I'm gonna go after that nest with my jacket and my mosquito hat and gloves. Yeah. Got it all cut down. The last is this island. I'm gonna put my hat on and jacket and gloves. So I've been able to open it up gradually. Don't. Damn, they're defensive right now. But they got a big old nest right there. Perfect, the way everything all like fell around it. Oh, they got a victim right there, they're attacking. That's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna hit it from the sides, the chainsaw, shoot. Get the stuff out the way real quick. And try to hack it down. First some bong hits. And move the car.
Skating down old Nat, cat tucked and lean. I split your spleen, as a matter of fact, I split your team. No blood on the sticks, and I keep it so my kicks is clean. I get the cream, cops see me flick my beans. I'm allergic to Doc prescription.
Motherfucking lost, dude. Ruthless. They got me one set of gloves. Oh, dude, they got me like 4 times in my left hand.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna go and finish what I was doing. I gotta put another set of gloves on because they got me through my gloves. Oh, starting to see those funny color things.
Can you see it? Are you okay?
Yeah, they just got me on my hand here and on my other hand. I gotta put another set of gloves on so they can't get me. I didn't think they could get through this, but it did. It was in my arm creases everywhere, dude. It was crazy.
Don't overstay your stay.
I gotta get that tree down. Get that tree down, and we can drive the car with the pallets and swipe it. Swipe or no swipe it is. Get that tree down at its base as low as I can. Whew. Can you stop the recording?
Stop it.
Yeah. Not stop it, but pause it. Tap it twice. Tap the phone twice. Pause it.
Hit the chainsaw with the right.
Them motherfuckers all over that chainsaw, dude. I can't even see over there. So many lost. Damn. I gotta get that tree cut. Them motherfuckers is swarming it. I'm highly allergic, dude. I already got 4 stings. Plasma life, though. Wife ain't gonna be able to do it. Otherwise, in the future, she might. But right now, gotta do it. $6.56. It's done. The issue is we're not at the ground level. The sediment that's right there. You hear them? Ooh. And my hand's throbbing hard now. It's just making me sweat. Yeah. I've never seen so many yellow jackets. So, gonna have to do the thing that I was doing earlier with the pallets. Just scrape past this real quick, you know? And then come outside and chop this shit a couple times. Grab the rake, break it open. I believe about maybe 6 inches or so. The trunk is above ground, which might be an issue. Might not, depending on how the truck come. But Marion, don't go. Don't no. You're gonna get stung up. They're gonna have to relocate somewhere. I don't know if they relocate. They gotta go. They moving. It's took me 6 days to get to this spot. It's been my dreaded spot ever since I got stung in my face. I was like, oh, okay. y'all gonna be the icing. Because we gotta get the loose blackberry stuff from around it and get that stump out the way. Because it just might be an issue for him to just come in and bring it.
Can you see their nest?
I don't know, I chopped it up in there. It was probably one of them nests like over there at the beginning of the gate where that bear ripped it open. So I was like, did they make honey or something? Because I don't know what messed with that one. Some motherfuckers came out like a quickness when I moved that stick. I was like, oh shit. Oh. My hand. Oh, it's gonna suck. I'm glad it was my left hand and not my right. Either or. It sucks. I'm gonna have to trim with a messed up hand. Stone. Damn, them motherfuckers coming to the club. Dude, how did I do that? It was on it. I had one right here. I was like, oh, you almost got me in my arm. And one stung me on my foot. Yeah. I say, break them. I gotta see how much more. If I can just get that open around the side of it, then I just come back real quick with the chainsaw. And, I just got that piece right there I gotta cut. And first section is done. Cut down 15 trees, a little rearrangement. Cargo container. Cargo container. Over here, doing this. I'm trying to get your attention. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Just the bottom of it. There it is. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
I need some pudding.
Ooh,
I need to get me some pudding.
that shit has to be right there. Hey, you want the? No. Man. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. If you want. I was gonna say, if you want to put something on, you can put the hat. Yeah, right in the base of the tree where I was messing with. See, it looks like a cigarette.
Oh, there's like trillions. Oh. Leave it alone for tonight. Let it like settle.
They had something like out of a movie built right there. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, lucky. Damn, fools rushing. I would have got stung to death. If I would have tried doing that without thinking. Good things for a plasma. Immunity is such a thing. Adaptation with the symbiotes is interesting. seen before when I've been stung. Here, man, I have a scar. And a couple years back when I was stung on 420, Yuba College, and got huge. There's some little red spots, some itchiness. Last thing to do, cut this tree going over the driveway. Chainsaw. Alright. Look at that. Perfect.
If I could have recorded that. You were hanging from one hand as the tree's coming down.
And where Abuela put the chainsaw on it? Nothing happened. Did as I expected, grab onto this branch, break it down. As I cut it below. Now we can cut this. Cut right there. We ain't got no overhang over. And this is done. Once this is cut up. And then we go to phase 2, which is the trailers.
The dance.
I'm cutting the trees around them, getting them situated, and then get the crowd container up. But as we're getting them situated, we're going to measure out because we're going to build onto them. Yep. All right, kids.
Phase 2.
Now it's time for phase 2. Right. Moving the things where Abuela says she'd like them to have. Be moved to, and then we get the car container up. And trim around where those are supposed to go, and tonight we trim. Trim. Oh, medicine.
Like this.
How the fuck you already get, how you tired?
At night you can do like this.
Yeah, because I'm like cutting the blackberries in my sleep. And swapping at the bees and shit. Remember you stung me a foot?
You
My left
should
hand and my right hand.
have seen, oh my god, I should have recorded you hanging from the tree.
Hmm?
That was epic. I'm so glad you didn't break your leg or something. Don't do that again.
It was hurt before, huh? That's why I asked you to hold the chainsaw. I already cut the end. In 2 seconds. And very easy, just where the tree was attached to itself on the end. Put my little skinny ass on body weight on there. Let's see if I can get it to come down more. I happen to cut it. And go up higher on the fucking top of the damn ladder and cut with the chainsaw. Be unsafe. I had to pull down and got to go up.
My goodness, you're so hot.
What? It ain't like the valley.
No, I know.
I ain't even sweating.
I'll be miserable, Mario. No, thank you.
I'm over here trying to cook a Pop-Tart and shit on the stove.
No. Not tonight, baby.
Hmm?
No.
Yeah, my hand hurts. Both my hands are swollen. Well, I stuck out both my hands and the left foot. I'm just glad it wasn't my face. See all them motherfuckers on a chainsaw? Damn, dude, this thing was crazy. Yep. Dumbass would have got that weed whacker going. I could have got it going. would have hit that shit and ended up dying. Motherfuckers were swarming on me. Quickness. Ain't nowhere I could have ran to. I was hoping they wouldn't have to be right there. But there's damn nest that's right at the base of the tree. Tree in the ground. I didn't even get that. Step on my bag, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, even beating down them blackberries, fuck you off, as you see. This shit's feel like chest high.
Yeah.
Damn. I thought my hands were twitching, as you said. Dodging the black wasps and the yellow jackets.
Yellow jackets.
There's like these crazy translucent black blue ones that are like this. They're all over blackberry. I'm not worried about those guys. Getting stung by one of those, man. Fucking hot. Yellow jacket, man. Like they know what to go for too, cause it's crazy. They're on my jacket in the elbow area, and on my gloves right here. Right here, like the
Where's
dip.
the coconut one?
They go for the joints.
Where's the coconut one? You had asked me for it. You give me a massage.
Is it underneath there? By the stove? Inside the tray? Hold on 1 second. Cut back real quick. And take a bite here. Excuse me. Cameras, yep. I think we got 2 more movies going.
Cool. I'll watch them over.
Hopefully I'm not retarded, but I don't know. Some other ones were dumb as shit, but the basis of what they were talking about was like, dude, I felt we're in that movie.
I know.
We're in there right now. It was a trip too, because all of them like came out this year. February to March and April.
Oh shit.
Wow.
It's Dicky. Not the expected way of drinking it. ¿La viene?
You did it like that.
There's a hole. Like the miners style.
interesting. We got a hornet's nest at both gate portal openings.
What about gates opening?
Instead of both our portal openings or gates, we had hornet's nest. There's one on there. There's one over there.
Not a coincidence.
That one almost got the fuck stung out of me. And that one almost got the fuck. That one I'm so puzzled on. I don't believe those make honey. I don't know why that would be torn open on the side of the hill like that. And then literally the top of the hole of their nest.
They're stuck to it.
Stuck right there in the hole cover. My dumbass pulled it out, so I was like, huh? I never seen one of those things before. I was like, huh. Pulled it out and it started forming. I was like, okay. Did the bear stick right there?
No, I didn't do it.
It was just perfectly right where you stop. Get out of the car. There's a wasp nest right there.
You're welcome. We got it?
That's some puffs. I'm trying to get up and see how this feels. Huh? Said the speaker's charged me. I know, but it's about to die.
What are you laughing about?
And you think I look, and you come home, dude, and I did that for 10 hours straight and shit.
I got all the energy I got, and you're like, I'm tired.
I said, fuck, I'm beyond tired. I don't even have the words to say I'm tired. That's why I would try. How would I say it, brother? I would try not to be rude when you be talking to me, dude. Trying to fall asleep when I was like, hold on, yo. Just like, fucking slow down, please. I'm trying to process 7 words ago because I'm like burnt.
Yeah. I'm so tired. Can't believe it's only 9 o'clock. I only slept till 11.
Smoking shit, do you?
From why? Electronic star fields. Man, on this transmission of hearts of spades.
I'm ready to go to sleep. Fuck. What do you guys say, dude? You feeling your 30s, Moonbird? Talking all that shit. I fucking threw my back out. I felt like Sanford today. You're gonna have to download some of those so you can watch them. So you can see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, by the Sanford and Son. Except she doesn't sell her stuff. She just accumulates stuff. That's how she got me. You stuck to each other. Oh, the way the light looks on your cheek. Huh? I said how the lights look on your cheeks. We stopped at one movie. What the hell were we watching last night? I fell asleep. Did you watch it? Fire has to be over there from us. Super smoggy. It's cold. The valley getting hot. Listen to this stupid shit these motherfuckers are doing now, man. It's crazy.
I'm generation too old for TikTok, so I never got into that. But
Me too.
These motherfuckers, dude.
I just started getting messages from people who follow me on Instagram and Twitter telling me I saw people using a picture on TikTok for this new prank. And I just wanted to let you know that I've reported these accounts. That's how I originally heard about it.
The mocking of your appearance is something that you've dealt with before, but you say that the bullying is getting worse online. How have you decided to fight back?
I think, in a way, I fight back by, being a disability activist. Sometimes it would be easier, I think, if I just said, oh, I've had enough of social media. I'm just, not going to be on because it's just too many bullies. But then I think by being on there and remaining visible and sharing my story, I think I'm, in a way, saying that, these bullies and cyberbullying is not going to drive me away from social media. Because I think a lot of this prank is when they use people, physical differences, when they use their picture. I think a lot of it is because our society hasn't normalized
As fucking grown up, dude.
disabled people and people who look
People ain't
different.
disabled, yo.
So I feel like every time, I post a selfie or I share something about my life as a disabled woman, I feel like that is representation that is going to really combat this ableism.
I mean, that really speaks to the other side of what social media can do. As you said, it normalizes people who are part of our everyday lives because we have more exposure and an understanding. Freeman-Sheldon syndrome is a genetic bone and muscular disorder, as I mentioned. You've had 26 surgeries, and this impacts your day-to-day life.
Yeah, it does. I had all my surgeries. I'm 39 now. I had my first surgery when I was 10 weeks old, and then I had my last one when I was 16. My mobility obviously is limited. I can walk, but just very short distances, so I use a wheelchair the majority of the time.
I'm just astonished by what these parents are teaching their children about difference by making this a joke for social media clicks and likes.
I wouldn't excuse it if it was like teenagers doing it. They're just teenagers. But then when I found out that it was the parents that were doing this, I thought they'd be the ones that are teaching their children that this sort of thing isn't okay. So that's what I was most shocked about, is that it was actual adults that think this is funny.
How can social media platforms like TikTok be more proactive and no longer really tolerating this form of cyberbullying and all cyberbullying, really?
Yeah, I think it's really important, I think, because, people with disabilities like myself can speak out all we want, but if these social media platforms aren't taking a proactive role to, take down these videos when they see them, then my being so vocal is only going to go so far. So I think it's really important people report these videos if they are taken down. And I think these social media platforms have to have like a zero tolerance policy for these things.
Yeah, because initially when this came up to them, they said that this did not violate the terms of use.
Every time multiple people, when they would message me to tell me my photo was being used, they would say I reported it and TikTok told me that it doesn't violate the guidelines. And people have even sent me screenshots of TikTok saying, it doesn't violate anything.
They have since cracked down on this. But, Melissa, what is the takeaway from all of this that you want parents to know?
I think the most important thing is...
fucking parent, actually.
I've gotten messages from people that never did the challenge, but when they heard about my story, they used it as an opportunity to talk to their children. And I think use this horrible prank as an opportunity to really do something positive and, teach your children that people with disabilities aren't something to be feared. And I think if we have these open conversations about disabilities and about what it's like to be disabled and that people with disabilities aren't so different, I think for the next generation, they can grow up in a world where they're not afraid of people with disabilities.
That's disability activist Melissa Blake. Thank you so much for talking with us about this.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
And you're listening to Here and Now.
In the forest, away from those supposed normal people.
Good morning. You're listening to Here and Now on Cap Radio 90.9 Sacramento, streaming at capradio.org on your smart speaker.
A few years ago, this was a Friday. It was released from fucking Yuba County Jail. Fucking my own recognizance.
Funding for Here and Now comes from the listeners of WBUR Boston, where the program is produced, and your NPR station. From Geico, offering auto insurance coverage for cars, trucks, or SUVs. And providing 24/7 customer service. More information on auto insurance at geico.com or 1-800-947-AUTO. And
my wife didn't believe my story that I told her. Yeah, fucking chilling. Share the memory on Facebook and what she get to see. Shit. I always do. Try to tell the truth the best of my fucking ability. And nobody ever believes me. It's crazy. Made a video, posted it to Facebook, and the U still for my channel was taken down. Thanking people and everybody. Why was I in jail? Beaver County violated me for a dirty urine test for cannabis that I never fucking took. Why was I on probation? I took a fucking plea deal. Dropped all charges. Was brought against my wife for her recording the police beat my motherfucking ass. Supposedly trespassing. Eyewitness that don't speak English that I supposedly told I carry a knife on me. So when I told the officer I'm on parole or probation, please don't touch me. You have no right to do that. What you're doing? My constitutional rights were thrown away because Terry versus Ohio. They justified what they did. What it was all lies. And Hero Boiler finally got her citizenship. And literally just a day before she fucking goes down there to sea. You can see in the other videos. The woman, I finally get her fucking paperwork from her goddamn lawyer so I can read the shit. And what was it saying it? And they fucking tricked her into signing a fucking plea deal. A fucking plea deal. Where she take a charge. When the woman didn't do nothing. It's not illegal to record people in the fucking state of California doing what they was doing. What? No. They arrested grandma. She come my co-defendant. Fucking insane. So I fight the dirty urine test because I went in for asking a modification of that probation. Say, let me use cannabis as sacrament as it is part of my religion and way of life. And they violated me. And then denied due process me being able to put evidence into court. And the judge herself, drug court judge, tells me I wish I could have give you back the time that we took from you. And she ended my probation unsatisfactory, which I fought with the court, tried to ask please not do that. Why? Because, well, Grandpa got 9 strikes and 2 Harvey waivers against him and a fucking attempted murder, dude. So Labor Day is always my holiday, I guess, in the sense of trying to figure out what to do. Seeing all these new things Cruella says to me, the way that George Floyd, rest in peace, and all these people, stuff have happened to him. Maybe the change of courts might be able to have something happen. I just don't know. I just wish it'd go away, or I could just wake up and it'd be a dream. I know it ain't gonna get no better, unfortunately. It got to get worse before it does. People ain't really mad yet. People ain't mad yet. These kids ain't understood. The only option besides fucking KKK man is a KKK man without his hood on, which is Biden. With Kamala Harris fucking retarded as motherfucker that why I got 3 strikes against me running for presidency talking about you ain't nigga enough if you don't vote for me. What? How you gonna say that, bro? I go to prison for the rest of my life because of the stupid shit that you and the Clintons wrote in for proper prisons. Why I took the deal that I did, so my wife wouldn't fucking go away. Be extorted like they doing right now to people. It's fucking disgusting. That's why I say a life for a life. Life for a life. Enjoy that life that you were given. Otherwise, the life that you wasted is gone. Live the life you love and love the life that you live as best means as possible, no matter what. Borrowed time. Borrowed time's not borrowed when it's already been used. Don't cry when you spill your milk on times like such. You just don't put yourself in a predicament where you spill your milk. Ain't no reason to cry over something. Because if you spill your milk when you're supposed to drink it, you just show you didn't need it in the first place. So what the fuck you gonna cry over it for? Analogy as such, don't do dumb shit to get yourself arrested, or otherwise it just shows you don't care about the life you live. Give respect and such to those. As if I'm such a dick, I guess, to people. And make a choice to try to talk to you, communicate. I could be in jail. And everybody, they say they love you. You put a motherfucker where they can't see you, like Facebook or whatever. And shit. You lock the fuck up. Everybody say they love you. Ain't nobody got no motherfucking time to put a fucking pen to a paper. Or what's even easier, you can dictate to your phone and print out the shit. Well, motherfuckers can't do that. Dictate to your phone and have it printed out. Fuck writing. Motherfuckers can't do that. It's where all you need is yourself in life, kids. You don't need other people. You don't need, you need them when it is as if it is your breath, or as if it is food. Meaning that is direly needed. Because they're you. You depend on others and you get used to doing shit like that. When the milk gets spilled, don't cry. Don't get hurt. You see what me and the boiler are doing. Everybody and their mama, we get spilt milk every day. If you was thinking that way. That's why we're doing this shit by ourselves. Every time we reach for the coaster to pick up that milk, man, when somebody say they're gonna be here. Well, I got butter on my hands, I guess. I learned to make cheese. Learn to make cheese. And sell it. I don't eat it too much no more. What's the point? Set the ass over on the side and let them make themselves know what they wish they say they is. Let me see. Young people get a blister on their hand and they take off. Interesting life. Yeah. About 11 o'clock. I keep getting little goosebumps and shit from whatever the fuck they doing to these people in the valley. Mm-hmm. That mountain bitches is burnt up down there. Don't want to dry down there. I almost out of water though.
Milk.
And water and shit that I wish fucking drink cold.
We need milk, baby. Do you want us to go to the Forbestone Market and see if they know anything about any fire?
We can try doing that. Excuse me. A couple splits, got some tobacco from there too. Sure, there's a lot of motherfucking traffic on the road. Cut out a swath right there. Boop, boop, boop. You can just see the car from over there. You know, dummies up, driving around looking for shit to get into.
Right.
Fuck around and end up finding yourself trying to figure out why you fuck with us. Dude with his mom driving around in the car, old lady last night. Other guy in a Suburban. Can't wait to get Casey up here. Put them big ass rocks and shit. I'm gonna start putting them on the road. That's the only thing though, because Tony knew because that tree got cut down and cut up. City paid for it. But I told them what I was gonna do. They said, well, you know, we won't move it, but other people work this spot. I told them I'm tired of motherfuckers coming up on that thing. Take the backhoe and put the rocks on that shit. And I showed them paper. I was like, this fucking road's supposed to come like this across the other side of our survey line. Or the, not survey line, but the survey point. The marker. Not come through our shit like this. And just let us know when you're gonna do it, man. So you don't pop our tires and shit like that. We'll be alright. Otherwise, I don't see no problem with it. Because somebody start bitching in the city or whatever. So it was like they think it's Soper Realers Road, and since the Soper people fucking sold the shit and somebody else got it. The Sealers or some shit. Sealer Brothers or Mills. Throw the shit across there until. Get the camera set up over there. Now that we got all that shit cut down, we can set them up and actually have like a way of walking around and not hitting ourselves while we're doing it, you know?
Yeah.
And get those set up there and get one or two set up over here. We're gonna need it once we get the cargo container up here. That's the other reason why I want Casey up here, so I can pick one of that big ass rock up that's over there to put it in front of the cargo container door when we're not here.
And talk and, you know, reason with each other and try and figure out a way.
Because of the nerve agent Novichok in Navalny's system, leading them to believe Navalny had been poisoned. Russia has rejected the findings. In a press release, Berlin's Charité Hospital says Navalny has been removed from his medically induced coma and is being weaned off mechanical ventilation. He's reportedly responding to verbal stimuli, though the hospital says it is too early to gauge the potential long-term effects of his poisoning.
NPR's Rob Schmitz in Berlin. Temperatures in the West have been in record territory. It's been brutal for firefighters battling blazes in Southern California. Downtown Los Angeles hit 111 degrees Sunday, and in the San Fernando Valley, the mercury rose to 121, the highest temperature ever recorded in Los Angeles County. To the north, San Francisco set a record yesterday with a temperature of 100. Demand for air conditioning and fire damage to transmission lines threatened rolling blackouts, but enough customers had conserved to avert them. This is NPR. For many, Labor Day marks the unofficial end of summer, and when autumn comes, so does seasonal flu.
And take out your
NPR's Nell
motherfucking shit
Greenfield
so that,
Voice reports on
as you
how
stated,
flu
all
and
you dope fiend
COVID-19 might interact.
drugged out Americans
There
with
have
the
been
processed
some
food
reports
you
of
need
people who
electricity.
got infected with both influenza and COVID-19. There's just not enough information yet to know much about how a co-infection could change the course of a person's illness. Each virus can cause inflammation in the lungs. A simultaneous or sequential infection with both viruses might make people sicker than getting one disease alone.
Wow.
All the social distancing measures and masks used to prevent the spread of coronavirus should hopefully drive down the numbers of flu cases this year. That's what's been seen in the southern hemisphere, where the flu season is just ending. But as autumn approaches in the north, doctors say it's more important than ever to get vaccinated against flu. Nell Greenfield Boyce, NPR News.
State television in Saudi Arabia reports there are final verdicts in the case of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi, presumed killed after walking into the Saudi consulate in Istanbul in 2018. After the writer's family announced pardons that spared 5 of the suspects from execution, the criminal court in Riyadh ordered a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison for 5, a 10-year sentence for another, and 7 years for 2 others. The trial was widely criticized by human rights observers who noted no one suspected of ordering the killing was found guilty.
Okay.
I'm Louise Schiavone, NPR News, Washington.
Just taking the pawns out.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations.
100 campers trapped by that raging wildfire in the Sierra National Forest.
This past weekend was one of the hottest in the state's history. Temperatures soared above 120 degrees in parts of Southern California, fueling fires that are still burning. California Governor Gavin Newsom has now declared a state of emergency. And for the latest, we're joined by Jacob Margolis, reporter with KPCC in Southern California. And Jacob, the state's fire chief says more than 2 million acres have burned across the state so far this year. Record-breaking numbers. Give us a sense of how big these current fires are.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a rough year. These fires that we're seeing now aren't as large or as numerous as the fires in August. You know, those were record-setting. They're still going technically. They were absolutely insane. They were driven by just thousands of lightning strikes across the state. But the fires that are burning right now are still, I mean, supremely destructive and scary and life-altering for many. So since Friday, we've seen 3 major ones that at least I'm focused on. The Creek Fire is up in Sierra National Forest. Those were the rescues that you mentioned. It's at about 73,000 acres, and it's fast-moving. It's dangerous. We've seen some pretty extreme fire weather up there as well. And down here in Southern California, we're dealing with the Valley Fire, and most notably for me is the El Dorado Fire, which is at 7,400 acres in San Bernardino Mountains. The kicker for that one is it was started not by lightning, but by a gender reveal party gone wrong, which is devastating and frustrating for all of us that are looking at CPS skies right now.
Absolutely. It was set off by fireworks at that gender reveal party. You mentioned the heat. I mean, San Francisco hit 100 degrees, downtown Los Angeles 112, San Luis Obispo 120, breaking all of the records. How unprecedented are temperatures like this, and how is it contributing to the spread of these fires?
Yeah, so it was actually near where I am, it was 121 degrees, which set the record for Los Angeles. And heat impacts a lot of things. It's in and of itself is not going to cause the fire, but the heat does dry things out. It raises the ambient air temperature so that the matter that catches on fire is technically closer to its combustion point. You know, we're already at critical dryness across Southern California, so stuff is going to burn. But on top of all that, the heat really impacts not only just vegetation, but the firefighters who are hard in it. Heat stroke is very real. They've been on fires for weeks now. Exhaustion is very real. They need a break. 121 degrees, I can tell you, is very hot.
Absolutely. I mean, I woke up to ash all over my car and my neighbors' cars here in the Los Angeles area. The Bay Area is entering its third week of poor air quality. Air quality is a significant issue right now. Is there any relief ahead?
Yeah, it looks like, it depends on how much of a handle they get on these fires, but it looks like temperatures are going to start to drop, which is good, which might improve air quality a little bit, at least in Southern California. The problem is we're looking at Santa Ana winds possibly rolling through, or I think they are going to roll through on Tuesday and Wednesday. Santa Ana winds bring wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour this time around, and so those are really the fires that, like in past years, we've seen burn all the way to the ocean. Those are driven by Santa Ana winds, just really strong winds that firefighters can't always get ahead of those kinds of fires because they're just moving so fast. So we have to see how the next day goes.
Jacob, I want to ask you about the winds as well as the lightning strikes that you mentioned earlier. These fires have generated their own thunderstorms with lightning as well as massive winds. This is a phenomenon that may be surprising to some. How is that happening?
Yeah, so when big vegetation like trees or just vegetation burns, moisture flies up into the air, basically condenses along with the ash, creating these gigantic, huge pyrocumulus clouds. They can turn into pyrocumulonimbus clouds, which create lightning. But pyrocumulus on their own are also very dangerous because they create very erratic weather. The fires, which means that like the fire it ends up spotting, so it gets pushed all around. It can be hard to fly aircraft through there. Yesterday we saw one of those collapse, and that was really concerning because it created just wild weather. So impacts a lot.
Absolutely. That's Jacob Margolis, reporter with KPCC. Thank you so much.
Plasma being reacted with more plasma.
Well, we're keeping a close eye on colleges as they reopen for the fall. A New York Times review of 203 counties with lots of students found those areas saw spikes of COVID-19 cases in recent weeks, and returning students are thought to be a cause. Some schools are asking students to sign waivers absolving the school from any responsibility if they catch COVID-19. This past weekend, Northeastern University dismissed 11 students who broke the rules and were found partying without social distancing or any masks, and the school is keeping their tuition. But some schools have less leverage. At Indiana University, over half the fraternity and sorority houses are under quarantine. One house has a positive test rate of over 87%. Now, the school is recommending that all 40 Greek houses shut down. But that's all they can do is recommend, because the fraternal organizations own the houses, not the school. Michael Reschke is a reporter for the Herald Times in Bloomington.
Somebody on that back road again. Got like 2 ice bottles, mama. When you got 2 ice bottles, baby.
and in a coma since August 20th.
Right there, we got a pickaxe out.
Maybe take these guys out.
This is Cap Radio 90.9 Sacramento.
Might be an issue in the snowstorm or something. Oh, look at that. Island in the center with the wasp nest. How y'all doing today? I'm gonna get you again. Don't trip. Yeah, that made a big difference cutting it down by hand. Huge difference. Easier to do that shit now.
Yeah. I need that lock. It was to be bigger tail. Sometimes it just gets in the little. Oh my gosh.
It's hot?
Yeah, you want to move around, but if you start running around, I mean, I feel hot. If I do anything, I get hot.
So I was like, fuck. I wanted to go get some stuff from the valley. I don't know, it's gonna be fucking horrible down there. If I don't wear my respirator the whole time I'm down there, I know I'm gonna feel like shit for 2 days afterwards.
Are you coming down tomorrow though?
Yeah. I need to do the winch shit and help you.
Yeah. I'm gonna need help at the shop, and I told Leon we're going for dinner. His birthday. Because he was getting some pendants, and he asked me to do something for him, and he's like, this is my birthday gift. And I was like, what, Leon? I was like, September 8th? He's like, yep. I was like, okay, then we're going out for dinner. He was like, I would really like that. I was like, you choose, Leon. He was like, well, we can go to the East Indian food. And I was like, you choose. If you want us to get something else, and we can go to Sac or something, you know, like we never really go out. Maybe try something different. Or Rockland or something. I bet there's like places they've done. Maybe something less hot than East Indian food. It's hot. It's like 111 degrees. We'll be eating East Indian food. Like a salad kind of thing. No, I really don't know what places or what options there is. and what places that there was would allow people still dine in. Maybe still sit outside.
I'd almost say we, not knowing where the fire and shit is, I'd almost say go into the hills. Get away from the heat. But
like maybe drive to Nevada City that it's cold.
A little cooler.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh, definitely.
I'm not hearing them say, I mean, it did say Northern California is 100 in fucking San Francisco.
Sacramento was going to be 111, so maybe not the greatest idea going that way. Yeah. And especially people, dining places are just doing outside. So you'll be sitting on the street eating. Fuck that.
It used to be like 90s or something if you come up fucking Grass Valley, Auburn.
Yeah, maybe do that and sit outside and have a pizza or something.
Or drive all the way up to like Bassett. They could drive in the forest since man ain't been up here in like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, take him up to the forest.
And we should close earlier. Yeah, looks like there's smoke coming from the left, like you're saying. I just don't see no. Yeah, there has to be a new fire. Otherwise, the whole valley smoked the fuck out, and we get these from Fresno. This Fresno is like 3 hours away from here. This spot right here, I'll give you a good sight.
It's smoke.
I want to see.
I gotta get away from the corner so I don't get hit.
All of it. Wow.
Yo soy un loco, que se dio cuenta que el tiempo es un coco.
Where we're jamming.
Que se dio cuenta que el tiempo es
surface and face. And we have a shop right here. Or up on the top where we just came out.
On top. It's like such a rock, classic rock, Argentina rock. It's,
that pine tree too. Sounds like an Elton John copy.
Fito Páez.
All the trees are getting decimated. Them caterpillars were different this year. Walnut trees are getting attacked bad. It's a different variety of caterpillars that came this year. They're not just getting the drones that are going to cause fire issues. These ones that are going after the walnuts and such, they hit the valley, they're going to decimate the crops. Decimate crops. Crazy, smelly as shit. Gotta figure out where this other fire is. It's super smoggy. This stuff's giving me a headache.
Encontrar en alguien lo que nunca encontras.
Gotta be horrible down in the valley.
He is Chapiro, Fito Páez from Argentina. He was born in the early 1993, and the song is that. Chapiro is Chapiro. We also listened to, before that,
Thursday in a column she wrote for Medium titled "The Truth and the Anti-Black Violence of My Lies." She said her career was built on a toxic soil of lies. She once described herself as a, quote, unrepentant and unreformed child of the hood. She was also an activist in New York and recently testified by video to the New York City Council.
And you get reparations if they get that
all
shit.
These white New Yorkers who waited 4 hours with us
Isn't this shit?
to be able to speak, and that did not yield their time to black and brown indigenous New Yorkers.
One of her former colleagues, Yaramar Bonilla, has called on her to start a fellowship fund for Afro-Latinx scholars and, quote, fund it with at least as much money as she obtained through her lies, unquote.
Right.
In Mexico, prominent transgender activist Maria Rodriguez Lemus was found dead Wednesday in her home in the state of Chihuahua. LGBTQ rights advocates say her violent killing was an act of hate. Activists in Chihuahua in March. The northern Mexican state has one of the highest rates of killings of LGBTQ people in Mexico. And the acclaimed anthropologist, author, and anarchist David Graeber has died at the age of 59. His influential book, Debt, The First 5,000 Years, made the case for sweeping debt cancellation. He helped organize the initial Occupy Wall Street protests and was credited with helping to coin the phrase, "We are the 99%. In 2011, he spoke on Democracy Now! 2 days after the Occupy encampment began.
People have to go into their public squares, meet each other, start talking to each other, and start brainstorming of ideas. I mean, essentially the idea is the system is not going to save us. We're going to have to save ourselves. So we're going to try to get as many people as possible to camp in some public place and start rebuilding society as we'd like to see it.
David Graeber once wrote, quote, "The ultimate hidden truth of the world is that it is something that we make and could just as easily make differently." We'll play more of our conversation later in the broadcast. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The Quarantine Report. I'm Amy Goodman.
Now, if you want to really drive them crazy, you say 12 more years. Because we caught them doing some really bad things.
He's going to run for it
in 2016. Let's see what happens.
12 more years. That was how Donald Trump kicked off the Republican National Convention from North Carolina last week, where he flew for the roll call vote. The convention came amidst a nationwide uprising against police brutality, just days after the shooting of Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and while people continued to demand justice for Breonna Taylor and George Floyd in the streets. But Vice President Mike Pence did not say their names when he addressed the RNC. Instead, he focused on the killing of federal security officer David Patrick Underwood in Oakland, California.
We will have law and order on the streets of this country for every American of every race and creed and color. President Trump and I know that the men and women that put on the uniform of law enforcement are the best of us.
Kicked off by the
every day,
white supremacist people.
When they walk out that door, they consider our lives more important than their own. Patrick Underwood, an officer in the Department of Homeland Security's Federal Protective Service, who was shot and killed during the riots in Oakland, California. Dave's heroism is emblematic of the heroes that serve in blue.
We're opening patio setting. Follow the arrows to our patio and please check with employees. First, let us know.
Gearing up. Yeah. Smoke, yo. Gear up, kids. Alright. Here in the valley is crazy. Here in the valley is crazy. Like I told cousin on the Clavell side, the future's gonna be this. Wear a mask and shit. Otherwise, if you don't, man, you're gonna be hurt. People look at us like we're stupid. Or at least at me like I'm stupid. I don't care. I overcame stage 4 sarcoma, dude. I ain't on the same threshold as a lot of people. I gotta save whatever little alcohol shit I got left. Then I like to smoke weed and with tobacco and shit. You know? Stuff that's mixed in with this will cause years and years of
asthmatic and epigenetical fucking turn-ons in people. Here in the valley, man. Can't even Tabletop Mountain in Oroville. Crazy. This person did a turn on the fucking road.